Hey everybody, and welcome back. Today we'll be doing a full body yoga flow to make sure we hit every single muscle and joint in our bodies. So to begin, we'll start off in a child's pose, and we can either have our knees together or as wide as the mat, whichever feels most comfortable. And then with our big toes touching, we're going to sink our chest and our head all the way down to the mat with our arms laid out in front of us. I'm just going to hold this pose for a few breaths just to settle in and prepare for our practice. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, feeling your lungs, your chest, and your back expand, and then just giving a nice audible sigh out through the mouth. Going through another one, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Then we'll slowly roll our upper bodies up, coming onto our shins, eyes still closed, or you can have a soft gaze in front of you. We're going to start off with some neck rolls. So bringing our chin towards our chest, we're going to roll our head over to the left, bring our left ear to our left shoulder before rolling it over to the right. I'm just going to go this back and forth motion from left to right. And maybe we can even match our movements with our breath. As we take a deep inhale as we turn to the left, and then exhale as we go to the right. And the next time your head comes to the right, you're going to keep it rolling so it goes all the way back. And then once more, just going back and forth, letting our head hang back nice and loose. Then come and bring our heads back to center. We're going to go through some shoulder rolls. So lifting our shoulders up, scrunching them up towards our ears, or rolling them back and pushing them all the way down. Once more, rolling up nice and high and pushing them all the way down. Once more, just matching your movements with your breath. We're just trying to engage and notice every muscle and movement in our bodies. And change over to the other direction. Going back and up and down and forward. And then with that, you can open your eyes and you place your hands onto the mat as you come into a tabletop position. And we're going to go through some cat-cows. So lifting our head, dipping our bellies down as we inhale. And then as we exhale, bringing our chin to our chest and rounding our back out, really pushing our back as far away from the floor. And maybe see if we can look towards our belly button. Inhale to push down and look up. And exhale to round. Going at your own pace, doing whatever feels right and natural for your bodies. You can meet me now in a neutral spine. And we're going to step our right foot back till it's nice and straight. Or lifting it up, bringing it in line with our spine. And then lifting our left hand, we're going to extend it out to the front, making a nice straight line between our fingers and our heel. We're going to hold this balancing tabletop for breath. We're bending our back leg and bringing our left hand all the way back, grabbing our right foot, and just gently kicking our right foot just a little bit to get a bit of a deeper stretch in our legs. So we hold for a breath in, and then exhale, releasing and bringing heel and hand down. Moving on to the other side, left leg extending out and up, and reaching out with our right hand, holding our balance for breath, before bending our leg and reaching back for our foot. And once we've gotten hold, just kicking our foot out, really engaging our back and core. Before releasing, bring your right hand down and keeping your left leg straight. We're going to extend our right leg coming into a high plank, holding for an inhale as we push the earth away before lifting our hips up and back, coming into our first downward facing dog. And in our down dog, you can just start pedaling your dog out, bending one foot at a time, stretching your legs. Focus on keeping a nice straight back, head nice and loose. And starting with our right leg, kicking it up nice and high, keeping that right leg straight. Before bending and placing your foot between your hands as we lower our back knee and lifting our hands up, coming into a low crescent lunge. Before cactusing our arms out to the side and leaning slightly back, get a nice little gentle back bend. We can straighten our bodies out, tucking our back toes. We're going to extend our right hand out, left hand behind us as we come into a variation of a warrior two. Making sure there's a nice straight line between our fingers, making sure our front knee is above our front ankle. Then placing your left hand down, extending your back leg as you lift your knee and reaching up to the sky with your right hand for knee twist. Really focusing on trying to open your chest out to the right and pulling your right shoulder back as far as you can. And then for our side plank, you can either choose to lower your back knee and kickstand your left foot out as we extend our right foot coming into an assisted side plank, or if you can, keeping your left foot straight as you come into our full side plank. And placing your right hand down, coming into your plank as you take an inhale. And as you exhale, you have a choice of lowering your knees or keeping them straight as we bring our whole bodies flat down to the mat. Inhale to untuck our toes and push our chest up, coming into a cobra. Or exhaling as we lift our hips, coming back into our downward facing dog. Now with our left foot kicking it up nice and high, keeping that leg as straight as we can. Before placing our foot between our hands, lowering our back knee, coming into our low lunge. Before cactusing our arms out and getting in our gentle back bend. Coming up straight, left hand forward, right hand back. You come into our variation of warrior two. We're bringing our right hand down, lifting our back knee as we lift our left hand up for another easy twist. And if you're on the other side, you can lower your back knee to kickstand it out, or you can kick your left leg back to your right as we come into our side plank. Bring your right hand down, taking your inhale for your plank. Exhale to chaturanga down. Inhale to go into your cobra, or you can maybe lift your thighs off the mat for your upward facing dog. Before exhaling, we lift our hips into our downward facing dog. Okay, moving on. Right leg kicking up nice and high. Once more into your three-legged dog for an inhale. As you exhale, foot between the hands. This time keeping our back off the mat. As we rise up, twisting our back heel. As we come into a full-on warrior two. Really engaging your core to try and keep your balance. Shoulders hold nice and back. As we hold for a breath. We're flipping our front palm, lifting it up above our heads. And bringing our left hand either down to our leg or wrapping it in a half bind behind our back to reverse our warrior. Coming back into a quick warrior two, we're going to place our right elbow onto our right knee. With our left hand, we're going to sweep it down to the mat before lifting it up and over our head, once more opening our chest to the left. Then we come into an extended side angle. And if you're feeling strong enough for it, you can maybe lift your right hand and make it in parallel to your left as if you're holding a giant beach ball. We bring both hands down to mat. We're going to heel toe our right foot just to the outside of the mat as we come into a lizard. Here you have a few options on variations. You can either keep your back leg straight or you can lower it down for a more passive lizard. As well as if you want to go a little bit deeper, if you have a block, you can bring the block in front of you and lower your elbows onto the block, or you can either just go all the way down to the mat. You just hold this pose for a few breaths. We can come back up onto our hands, back knees lifted. We kick our right leg back, come into our high plank. Then we can exhale once more just to chaturanga down. Inhale for your back bend of choice. And then we can exhale back into our downward facing dog. Once more, left leg going up nice and high. Placing our foot between our hands as we come up to our warrior two. Flipping our front palm, throwing it over our head as we reverse our warrior. Once more, backhand either on your leg or taking half a bind. We come into another quick warrior two before placing our left elbow onto our left knee. Right hand sweeping down to the mat. Right hand comes up and over our head for an extended side angle. And if you're on the other side, maybe see if you can lift your left hand as well, holding our giant beach ball. And placing both hands down, heel toeing our foot outside, and once more, taking whatever variation of lizard feels most comfortable for your body. And coming onto our hands, taking back into our plank as we go through our last vinyasa. Exhale to go down. Inhale to bend. And then exhale for downward facing dog. Great stuff, guys. Now we're going to walk our feet towards the top of the mat. Come into our hands. And you come into a nice relaxed forward fold. Letting our whole bodies hang nice and loose. And we can even just sway from side to side. And we can grab our elbows, coming into a ragdoll. We just feel a nice release in our lower backs. We let gravity do all the work for us. Releasing our elbows. We're going to lift our chest halfway up as we inhale, hands onto our shins or our knees, keeping our back nice and straight. For exhaling, folding back forward, placing hands behind your legs as we just pull our chest a little bit closer towards our knees before releasing and relaxing. Then slowly bending your knees, you're going to lower your hips as you raise your chest up and your arms out in front of you, coming into a chair, going as low as you can while still keeping your legs and core engaged. You hold for a breath. We're bringing our palms together, coming to heart center, and we're going to twist over to the right, placing our left elbow onto our right knee as we come into a chair twist. And from here, if you want, you can maybe open your arms out, bring your left hand down, right hand up for a deeper stretch. Then bring palms together, coming back to center. We straighten our legs and come back into our forward fold. And once more going on to the other side, bending knees, lowering hips, hands out in front of us. You hold for a breath. And bring palms together, down to heart center. Now twisting over to the left. Right elbow into left knee. And if you did, you can open your arms out into a nice little open stretch. Palms together, back to center, and stretching your legs and back into your forward fold. Now we can just heel toe our feet to the edges of the mat, so our heels on the edge and our toes are just outside the mat. And we can sway our bodies from side to side, gently lowering our hips as we come into a yogi squat, malasana, and placing our elbows onto our knees. We're just going to push our knees open a little bit wider just to feel a nice little juicy stretch going on in our hips. And then sitting back down. You can come meet me laying on your back, legs straight out in front of you. You can lift your right leg up. You're going to grab your toes with your left hand and straighten your leg, getting a nice little stretch going on in the back of your legs. As we hold this for a breath, before pulling our right leg over to the left, as you can come into a supine twist and open your arms out to the side, really focusing on trying to keep your right shoulder grounded to the mat. And if your neck feels fine for it, you can twist and look to the right. Bringing your legs back to the mat, moving on to the other side. Left leg going up, grabbing your toes with your right hand and straightening that left leg out as much as you can. Feeling that stretching going on in the back of your legs. Before pulling your leg over to the right, as we focus now on keeping our left shoulder nice and grounded, and maybe even turning our heads to look to the left. Turn our head to look up straight, bringing our left leg back. You're going to place both feet now down onto the mat, moving them as close to your hips as you can to the point where you can touch them, your heels with your hands. We're going to go into a bridge pose, so keeping your feet nice and firm on the mat. We're going to start off with our hips, lifting them up slowly, followed by our lower back, and then one vertebra at a time. We're going to straighten our whole back as you bring our chin towards our chest and reach a point where we've got a nice straight line all the way from our knees down to our shoulders. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can clasp your hands below your lower back and maybe even lifting your heels off the ground as you come onto your tippy toes. You can release your hands, lower your heels, and gently bring your whole back down to the mat. As we straighten our legs out, we can relax every muscle and joint in our bodies to move on to our final pose of Shavasana. Just letting every muscle and tension relax, letting our bodies breathe for us. Just let our minds drift and wander away. Bringing your focus back to your breath, feeling your chest rise and fall. And you can start introducing some movement back into your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, maybe turning your head from side to side. And just gently wake up our bodies. And then you can either stay lying down on your back, or you can come meet me in a seated position, eyes still closed, or maybe holding a soft gaze. We just take our last few moments to meditate and reflect. We're taking notice of how we're feeling, any differences from the beginning till now. And once more, just giving ourselves a little mental tap on the back for making time for ourselves and looking after ourselves. Ready? We can bring our arms together at heart center. We take one last breath in together as we bow to close our practice. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you found some benefits, something you can use and incorporate into your daily lives. And once more, hope to see you guys again next time on the yoga mat.